Hello guys, this is Green Pips FX and welcome back to our channel. This is just going to be another simple weekly breakdown that we have for next week, and it's going to be shared to um, all our social medias just to keep you guys in touch of what we're doing, what we're seeing, and what we are anticipating the market to do within the coming context of the week, right? So currently I'm just sitting on the dollar currency index, the DXY, and I'm on the 4-hour chart, and I would like to break this down starting from the daily, right? So what I have on the daily is simply an actual bearish contexted market, but what we're currently having is this low here that came from this high here that came from this low here, and what price did was just a failure to break bearish, right, which then resulted into this failure here to go bearish, which then resulted into this bullish push. And the next area that we're potentially looking to see something happening within this market, right, is this area of supply above here, right? So all we want to do, all we want to see is price making its way to this area here. So with that being said, I'm actually very bullish on DXY, and I'm still bullish on it despite what's happening currently. So I've been bullish on this ever since this break of this high here, and then price just started to move in a series of higher highs and higher lows up until this area here, when price created this low, which then formulated this high, which was then broken, formed this low, which this high here, which came from this low, and then we had a break bearish, right? So this break bearish, people at this instant here are already going bananas, especially retail, right? So we know that the market has a tendency of creating and taking liquidity over time. So basically what price is doing, right, price is still overall bullish. I still haven't seen any reason for that to change, and what price is basically doing is just called reaccumulation, right? So price has just made this single breakdown, and price has retested into this continuational area of demand right here, and all we're expecting to see is pretty much price could just come into this area here, right, make its way back down into this area here that triggered the up move, and then just spike the overall bullish push, targeting this high here as the next liquidity run. So price is just creating liquidity, which will then be taken, right? So we can actually also see a little liquidation of these lows here, because we know that these are the weekly lows. So price can either dive in a little bit, leaving a wick behind and taking that liquidity, but it's just a liquidity game being played, because we know that with these lows being formed here, a lot of people had bought off of these areas here and placed their stops beneath this low, which was also accompanied by some imbalances in there. So price is basically just coming in to take this liquidity, and then just looking for that way back up with the bullish push. So I'll be open to take any bullish trades that I will see fit in the XY for the coming week, and that's particularly my view. So I don't see any reason to go bullish, and I'm not actually going to be looking for any bearish entries, but I'll precisely be keeping my eyes on the bullish side of this market. Now with that being said, guys, so we can now go to implement this this bullishness to the other pairs, right? So with DXY being bullish means that the XXX USD pairs are going to be extremely bearish. So that's what I see, that's what has been happening, and that's what I'm still anticipating to continue happening within the coming week, right? So we had these very this very beautiful trend on gold. So I can just go to the 2-hour chart, and then you can see how price has been constantly moving in a bearish manner. So ever since these highs here, price broke this previous low, creating this new low here, and then we've just been following this bearish side of this market, also with some scalping buys just like this one. But recently I just took this trade off of the NFP news, where I just had this area here as, I believe this was the 30-minute supply zone, right? So there's an extra refinement that was added in there. So now, as you can see, this 30-minute supply zone, which was triggered right here after the end of this bullish trade that I had. So all that I am expecting to see is continuation in bearishness on gold. So this is currently my next liquidity run target, but I also have high time frame targets that I will just take a look on in a minute. So right now what we have on the hourly chart, so yeah, I'm open to seeing some retracement perhaps into this area here. I'm not expecting a deeper retracement here. It still sounds a little bit shady for me, so I'm expecting a slight pullback and then a deeper continuation bearish to take out these lows here, and then from there we can, we'll see what happens, right? So after this low has been taken, price can now make a deeper retracement and then, gather more liquidity and more momentum to take out these the new lows and probably reach this area here. So these are my longer term targets, right? So this is the next demand zone that I want to see price reach into, and then from there we'll pause a little bit and see what reaction comes off of this area of demand. So if price decides to break this area of demand right here, then this original demand zone that held this overall up move will be my next target for bearishness. But currently I'm having these lows here and this area of demand, so I'm overall bearish on gold as it stands. And going to the next pair, which is now Euro USD. So same applies on Euro USD. I'm still bearish on Euro USD on the intraday timeframes. However, it is a still bullish market on the daily time frame. So we've been bullish on Euro USD ever since these breaks here, and price just started to hold up these high highs, high low, high high, high low, and then finally this most recent high high right here. So all I'm expecting is price to make its way back down into this original area of demand and see some potential or valid reasons for us to go overall bullish and target these overall highs in here. But with that being said, on the intraday timeframes, I'm still very bearish on this pair until I see price potentially reaching this for, I believe this is a 4-hour area of demand based on my refinement. So yeah, this is my 4-hour refined demand zone, this guy right here. So this is where I want to see price head next. Now as you can see, this is the demand zone that actually holds the entire up move. So what price is particularly just doing now is called redistribution, where oops, sorry, what just happened? Okay, so this is just called a redistribution where price just attempted to break bullish, but this is not a realistic break. So all we want to see is, price could either just roll back down, or price could give us a slight pullback and then into these areas of supply to gain more momentum and take out these lows here. So overall we are still bearish on Euro USD, and that will hold until further notice, guys. So on here we're not looking for actual trades, but we're just building a bias for next week. What are we gonna be looking for in the charts? So I'm gonna go to the other pair, which is USDJPY, and what I see on USDJPY. So before UJ, I can just go to the JPY basket and show you this potential bias that I have on JPY basket. So the Japanese basket, the Japanese yen basket. So so price had been bearish up until these changes of character here. So price changed its character to bullish and then continued breaking bullish up until these areas here where price reversed into bearish, came in, took more bearish orders and became overall bearish. But this overall bearishness has a point. So this is the overall demand zone that's holding this entire up move. So this is where I'm actually seeing price going next. So this is the area that I have my eyes on for the coming week, right? So I want to see price head into these areas here, and then from here I can now see if price will change its character to go bullish and target these overall highs here as the next liquidity run, or price will just, break down bearish and continue falling off the face of the earth. With that being said, now we're gonna go to USDJPY, right? So the trend on USDJPY has been overall bullish, right? As you can see, there's absolutely no reason to have a bearish outlook on this market. Now all we had was this area here of demand being respected by this news. So price comes in from this high right? Mitigates, which came from this overall low here and this intermediary low. However, price just came back down to fill some imbalances, mitigate this S&D, and take off bullish. Now, as you can see in the intraday time frames, right? So price just came in, leaving this wonderful wick in here, right? And then took over some changes of character, and then price has now currently just broken this high here. So all we can do is simply anticipate price making that slight pullback into these areas here, right? Particularly just a pullback, and then from there we can now see if we can position ourselves to go bearish, to go bullish, sorry, and target these overall highs here as our next liquidity run. So it's actually a very good trade setup for any type of trader. Actually, if you're a swing trader, then you can just take your trade here and leave it play out up until these areas here with your stop loss about these areas here, right? So if you are a day trader like me, then you're open to waiting, right? So you can just wait and see what price gives you, right? So this is what I'm actually looking at, price coming here. Then we can see if we can enter off the changes of character, or if price is going to be drizzling around this area so much, then we can actually wait for the break of this, the retest, and then the continuation towards the bullish side. With that being said, guys, this was just a simple market overview over some pairs that I did find interesting during my own breakdown of these charts. So I did break down every single pair in here, but of course I can't give you everything, right? So some of these stuffs have to be reserved for the VIP and the Green Pips FX community, of course. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't, turn the bell button on for notifications, and until the next one, guys, stay safe.